now that we're caching this, and we'll test it shortly, let's come back and echo everything out onto the page. And we can do that right here. We've called the Twitter method. Data is now equal to either cached data or the new data fetched from the API. Let's echo that out. But first, let's do a little bit of error checking just to be 100% certain. We don't want to echo out any tags if there's no value associated with it. And we'll say if data doesn't equal false, if it's not a falsy value, and it does have tweets associated with it, then we can go ahead and echo out our widget. And remember, we have access to data tweets because we added it right here. That's equal to all of those tweets. So we want to make sure, certainly, that there are tweets and that value is set before we echo out any markup. Next, we're going to echo out before widget, and these values, as we learned in a previous lesson, are available to us from the arguments array. And this, again, allows the theme developer to specify whether there's a wrapping of a div or an HR tag or anything like that. Next, the same thing with the title. They should specify whether there's an H3 wrapping the title or an H2 or an H4. Then we'll echo out the title, echo out after title, and note that I'm using this indentation. It's not necessary, it's just for readability's sake. Now, after the title, we need to echo out all of the tweets wrapped within an unordered list. So how would you do it? Well, you might do a for each statement, and that would be okay, but I'll show you a funner and easier and probably faster way. We'll echo out the opening UL, an opening list item, and then we'll use PHP's implode function, and this will turn an array into a string. The first parameter is going to be, how are we going to separate? Once this array is a long string, what are we going to use to separate each item? We'll use a closing list item and an opening list item. Will be tricky there. And the second parameter is, what are we working with? Data tweets. And then finally, we have to close out the very last list item and the closing UL tag. So this is a nice trick to know. It turns a for each statement into one line, and it's going to be quicker. So let's save that and test all of this out. If we come to our dashboard, I'm going to use a test Twitter account called course testing. I'll load the page, and now we are receiving 3 recent tweets. And if we want to test that, I will open up that Twitter account, and as you can see, the 3 most recent tweets. So if this is working, I can add a new tweet, and that won't display because at that point we are displaying cached tweets. My brand new tweet. And I'm going to refresh the page. Sure enough, the page is loading much more quickly, and it is not displaying that tweet. And this is exactly what we want. We don't want to be querying the Twitter API over and over, especially for something like tweets. Now, when will that update? That will update in 5 minutes because we specified it right here. After 5 minutes, this code is going to run. And we will come up here and we're going to try to get that, but that will have already expired and been deleted, in which case this is now equal to false. So we say if false, then we got to get new tweets. So then we run all of this again and create a new block of data in the temporary database.